Ladies and gentlemen, pain. It's something we all encounter, something we can't escape. It doesn't care about your goals, your plans, or your ambitions. Pain knocks on your door, sometimes with the force of a sledgehammer, and demands your attention. But what if I told you that pain isn't your enemy? What if I told you that pain could be your greatest ally? In 2025, I'm here to tell you that pain can be the very thing that transforms your life if you let it. Now, the world loves to sell you this idea that you should avoid pain at all costs. They'll tell you to run from it, to hide from it, to medicate it, to numb it. But that's the easy way out, and the easy way never gets you anywhere. Pain is inevitable. You can't escape it. It's coming whether you want it to or not. But what you can control is how you use it. You see, pain is the catalyst for change. It's the thing that forces you to look inward, to reflect, and to ask yourself the hard questions. It's in our moments of pain that we realize our true strength, our true potential. If you want to achieve something great, you must learn to embrace pain not as something to avoid, but as the fuel that will drive you forward. And here's the most important part: take responsibility for your pain. Too many people play the victim, blaming their circumstances, their upbringing, their past for where they are in life. They say, "It's not my fault this happened to me." Well, let me tell you something: you can't change the past. But what you can do is take ownership of how you respond to it. Pain doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. It happens to shape you, to challenge you, and to force you to rise above your limitations. When you take responsibility for your pain, you take back control. You stop letting life dictate your fate, and you start dictating it yourself. But it's not just about owning your pain. It's about using that pain to build resilience. Every setback, every heartache, every failure is an opportunity to strengthen your character. Resilience doesn't come from comfort, it comes from struggle. It comes from pushing through adversity and refusing to be defeated. When you face pain head on and push through it, you become unshakable. The world will throw everything it has at you, but with resilience, you'll stand firm. Pain, when channeled correctly, can turn you into a powerhouse of strength and determination. It can make you unstoppable. And that's where purpose comes in. If you want to transform your pain into something truly powerful, you must turn it into a mission. Pain is not just something you survive, it's something you use to fuel your purpose. Every painful experience you've had can be the driving force behind your mission in life. Whether it's overcoming a personal struggle, losing someone close to you, or facing financial hardship, your pain can be the spark that ignites the fire of your purpose. When you have a mission, pain becomes a tool, a stepping stone that pushes you closer to what you're meant to accomplish. You can either let your pain break you, or you can use it to create something greater than yourself. The choice is yours. Finally, and this is crucial, take action. Don't sit there and wait for your pain to magically disappear. Don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect solution, or the perfect circumstances. In 2025, you need to commit to action. Pain is not something you should fear, it's something you should use to propel you forward. When you face pain, don't be paralyzed by it. Let it fuel you. Take massive, focused action. The world doesn't care about your pain, but it will respect your results. Success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who act. Pain doesn't have to hold you back. It can propel you forward into your greatest achievements. The more you act in the face of pain, the more unstoppable you become. So in 2025, I challenge you: don't run from your pain. Don't hide from it. Use it. Take responsibility for it. Build resilience through it. Turn it into a mission that drives you. And take relentless action. When you do, you'll look back and realize that the pain you once thought would break you was the very thing that made you unstoppable. Pain can be your greatest teacher, your greatest motivator, and your greatest ally if you're willing to embrace it and use it to fuel your success. Pain, in its rawest form, is something we all want to avoid. It's uncomfortable, it's disheartening, and it often seems like the greatest obstacle we could face. Yet, what if I told you that pain isn't just an obstacle, it's a powerful force for transformation? What if, instead of running from it, we embraced it, understood it, and used it as the very catalyst for change? The truth is, pain is inevitable, but it is also one of the most potent tools you'll ever have at your disposal if you're willing to learn how to use it. The world often teaches us to avoid pain at all costs. We're told to seek pleasure, comfort, and ease. But what if I told you that those moments of discomfort, the moments when life feels like it's pushing you to the edge, are the very moments that contain the seeds of your greatest potential? You see, pain is a teacher, a wake-up call. It's a signal that something is out of alignment, that something is not working the way it should. But more importantly, pain is a reminder that you have the capacity to change. It's in those painful moments that you're given the opportunity to grow, to evolve, to become something better than you were before. In life, it's not the easy moments that define us. It's the painful ones. It's the times we face loss, betrayal, failure, or disappointment that truly reveal what we're made of. And here's the powerful truth: those painful experiences, while difficult, are also the moments where growth happens. Pain pushes us out of our comfort zones and forces us to confront our weaknesses, our fears, and our insecurities. It doesn't allow us to stay complacent or stagnant. Instead, it demands action, introspection, and change. It forces us to decide, will we let this pain break us, or will we rise above it and use it as the fuel to propel us to new heights? The key to unlocking the transformative power of pain lies in your ability to change your perspective on it. Instead of seeing pain as an enemy, start seeing it as a signal, a sign that you are moving in the right direction, that you are pushing yourself beyond your limits, and that you are striving to be more than you were yesterday. Every time you experience pain, it's an opportunity for growth. Pain brings clarity. It clears away the noise and shows you what's truly important. It pushes you to reevaluate your priorities and focus on what truly matters. It forces you to dig deep, tap into your inner strength, and rise above the obstacles in your path. Imagine for a moment that the pain you're facing today is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. What if you viewed every challenge, every struggle, every heartache as an opportunity to refine yourself, to sharpen your skills, and to strengthen your character? This is the mindset that transforms pain from an adversary into an ally. Pain isn't a sign that you're weak or failing. It's proof that you are alive, that you are pushing yourself to the edge, and that you are capable of growth. It's a sign that you are on the verge of something greater, something better, something extraordinary. The reality is, every great success story, every person who has achieved greatness in life has faced pain. They've faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable, failures that almost broke them, and challenges that pushed them to their limits. But it wasn't the pain that defined them, it was how they chose to respond to it. They chose to use pain as a tool for growth, a springboard to propel themselves forward. They didn't let it define them, they let it refine them. They didn't run from it, they leaned into it and used it as the fuel to reach new levels of success. And here's the beauty of it: pain is not permanent. It's temporary. It's the product of a moment, not a lifetime. What you experience in your most painful times will eventually pass, but the strength you gain from it will stay with you forever. The lessons you learn from pain are lessons that will continue to serve you for the rest of your life. So when you face pain, don't shrink back in fear. Don't run and hide. Stand tall, face it head on, and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? When you shift your perspective, pain transforms from a burden into a blessing. Remember, the greatest changes in your life will never come when things are easy and comfortable. They will come when you face adversity, when you push through hardship, and when you use your pain as the catalyst for the transformation you need. pain is not the end of the road, it's the beginning of the next chapter in your story. It's the spark that ignites the fire of your potential. So embrace it, learn from it, let it push you, refine you, and transform you. When you do, you'll discover that the greatest power you can ever possess is not just your success, but the ability to rise above your pain and use it as the force that shapes your destiny. Taking responsibility for your pain is one of the most empowering choices you will ever make. It's a choice that shifts you from being a victim of circumstances to becoming the master of your own life. Let's face it, life is going to throw obstacles your way. You can't avoid it, and pretending that you can control everything that happens to you is an illusion. But the one thing you always have control over, the one thing no one can take from you, is how you respond. And that response starts with taking responsibility. It's easy to blame others when things go wrong. You can blame your past, your parents, your circumstances, or the world for the pain you feel. But here's the truth: as long as you're blaming, you're powerless. When you point the finger at someone else, you give away your strength. You give them control over your emotions, your mindset, and your future. And that's exactly what pain wants you to do. It wants you to give up, to throw in the towel, to convince yourself that there's nothing you can do about it. But when you take responsibility, you take back your power. You stop being at the mercy of your circumstances and you start controlling your own fate. Taking responsibility for your pain doesn't mean pretending that it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean pretending that everything's fine when it's not. It doesn't mean wearing a mask or suppressing your emotions. No, it's about acknowledging the pain for what it is and then deciding what you're going to do about it. Pain is real, it's raw, it's uncomfortable, and it can feel overwhelming. But when you take responsibility, you're saying, I'm not going to let this pain control me. I'm going to control how I move forward. Think about it: when you take responsibility for your pain, you stop allowing yourself to be defined by it. You stop living in the past, in the regret, in the anger, in the resentment. You choose not to let the pain of yesterday dictate who you are today. You say, I've been through it, and now I'm stronger because of it. Responsibility is about shifting your focus from what's been done to you to what you can do with the situation now. It's about recognizing that the pain may be real, but your power to rise above it is even greater. Taking responsibility is the first step to transforming your life. It's the first step toward unlocking your full potential. Don't wait for things to get better. Don't wait for someone else to change your circumstances. Take responsibility for your pain, take control of your future, and watch as you transform every setback into a setup for success. Your future is in your hands, and it all starts with the decision to take responsibility. Pain is not something to shy away from, not something to hide from or pretend doesn't exist. It is something we all encounter, and if you think you can escape it, think again. The reality is, pain is not just inevitable, it's necessary. It's part of the human experience. The question is not, how do I avoid pain, but rather, how do I respond to it? Because the way you respond to pain is what shapes your future. It is what shapes your character, your strength, and your resilience. Resilience is not something that's handed to you, it's built, forged in the fire of hardship. Every painful experience, every moment of suffering is an opportunity to develop the kind of resilience that separates the strong from the weak. It's in those moments when life hits you hard, when you're down on your knees, that you truly discover who you are and what you're made of. You are tested, but it's not the pain that breaks you. It's how you choose to meet that pain head on. If you let it defeat you, it will. But if you choose to rise up, face it, and move forward, it will make you stronger than you ever thought possible. Think about some of the most successful people in the world, those who have risen above their circumstances and achieved greatness. Do you think their path was easy? Do you think they were immune to pain? Of course not. They felt the weight of loss, rejection, failure, and hardship. But they didn't let it break them. They used that pain, that suffering, to build resilience. They knew that pain wasn't a sign to quit, it was a sign to push harder, to dig deeper, to be stronger. They understood that pain is not a mark of weakness, but a chance to grow stronger. Resilience doesn't come from comfort. It doesn't come from the easy days when everything is going according to plan. It comes from the hard days, the days when everything seems to be falling apart, the days when you're ready to give up but refuse to. It's the days when you get knocked down but you refuse to stay down. You get back up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Every time you do that, you become a little stronger, a little tougher, and a little more resilient. When you embrace pain and use it to build resilience, you begin to see setbacks as opportunities rather than obstacles. Every failure becomes a lesson. Every disappointment becomes a stepping stone. You realize that your pain doesn't have the power to define you unless you let it. Instead, you take that pain, own it, and turn it into your greatest strength. That's the essence of resilience. It's not about being invulnerable. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel pain, it means you won't let pain destroy you. It means you'll use it to fuel your drive, your determination, your unshakable commitment to your goals. It's about developing the mental and emotional toughness to handle whatever comes your way and keep moving forward. When you build resilience, you build a foundation so strong that nothing can shake you. Not failure, not rejection, not hardship. You'll learn to see each challenge as a lesson and each defeat as an opportunity to rise again. Pain can be a teacher if you allow it to be. It teaches you to be patient. It teaches you to be relentless. It teaches you to dig deep within yourself when you feel like you have nothing left to give. And most importantly, it teaches you that growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone, it happens in the fire, in the heat of battle, in the moments when you feel like you can't take another step but choose to take it anyway. In every painful experience, there is a choice. You can either let it crush you, or you can use it to build something stronger, something unbreakable. You can let your pain defeat you, or you can use it to propel you forward. Every painful experience you face, every challenge you overcome, is another brick in the foundation of your resilience. And with that resilience, you'll find that no matter what life throws at you, you have the strength to overcome it, to rise above it, and to continue moving forward. Pain is not your enemy, it is your greatest ally in the journey of growth and success. When you understand this, you stop running from pain, stop fearing it, and instead you embrace it. You use it. You transform it into strength. And when you do, nothing can stop you. Pain becomes your catalyst for growth, your teacher, and your guide. It shows you what you're truly capable of, what lies within you when you refuse to quit. And that, my friends, is where true resilience is born. Pain is something we all experience, something that touches each of us in deeply personal ways. It doesn't matter where you come from, how successful you are, or how good life looks from the outside. Pain is universal. But what's crucial to understand is that pain doesn't have to be something that keeps you down. It doesn't have to be something that makes you bitter or defeated. No, pain can be the very thing that drives you forward, that transforms you, and ultimately that empowers you to fulfill your higher purpose. There is a power in pain that we often overlook. It's an energy, an emotion that can either break you or build you. The difference is in how you choose to perceive it and respond to it. When life throws its punches, when you face heartbreak, disappointment, or struggle, the natural reaction is often to retreat, to wallow, or to ask, why me, but what if, instead of letting pain define you, you let it refine you? What if instead of asking why, you asked, how can this experience move me closer to my purpose? When you shift your perspective, pain becomes a powerful tool, one that can fuel you to take massive action toward your dreams. Here's the secret: pain, when channeled correctly, can transform your life. It can propel you into a mission that goes beyond your personal struggles and into something far more meaningful. Think about it, some of the world's greatest leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries didn't just face pain, they embraced it. They took the raw energy from their darkest moments and used it to light a fire in themselves. They turned the lessons learned from hardship into a mission, a calling. They realized that their pain was not a sign of defeat, but a spark that ignited a passion, a deeper drive, a reason to keep going, a reason to keep going, a reason to serve something greater than themselves. When you embrace pain as a tool for your mission, you are forced to look inward. You discover what really matters, what you're really made of. You begin to realize that the things that break us open, grief, loss, rejection, are the very things that lead to breakthrough. Pain reveals our weaknesses, yes, but it also uncovers our greatest strengths. It shows us who we truly are, beneath the masks we wear, beneath the masks we wear, beneath the comforts we cling to. And when you strip away all of that, what you have left is raw power, a power that can be harnessed for something greater. Your pain is not a liability. It is an asset. The more you learn to turn your suffering into purpose, the more you realize that it's not your circumstances that define you, it's your actions, your responses, and your resilience. So many people go through life numbing themselves, avoiding pain at all costs. They try to escape it through distractions, through temporary pleasures, through avoidance. But in doing so, they miss the most important lesson life has to offer, that pain is often the pathway to your highest potential. It forces you to evolve, to adapt, and to grow. It asks you to get real with yourself and ask, what can I learn from this? What can I build from this? When you turn your pain into a purpose-driven mission, you stop living for yourself and begin living for something much bigger than yourself. You start to understand that your struggles, your obstacles, and your pain can be the thing that pushes you to help others. Because here's the thing, the challenges you face are not unique to you alone. There are people around the world who are dealing with the same struggles, the same pain, the same adversity. Your ability to take your experience and use it to guide, inspire, and lift others is the ultimate expression of turning pain into purpose. When you serve others, when you pour your heart into helping others rise above their struggles, that is when your pain transforms into power. What you choose to do with your pain determines your future. It doesn't matter how many times you fall, how many times you're knocked down, or how many times life feels unfair. What matters is what you do when you're on the ground. Will you stay there defeated, or will you rise up stronger than ever with a renewed sense of purpose and a commitment to your mission? Pain, when used correctly, is the very thing that creates momentum, that fuels your passion, that drives you forward. It's not something to run from, it's something to embrace. In 2025, make it your mission to turn every struggle, every painful moment into something meaningful. Don't just endure your pain, transform it. Let it fuel you to step into your higher calling, to serve others, and to create a life that is not just about you, but about the difference you make in the world. You have the power to turn your pain into a force for good. So embrace it, learn from it, let it drive you, and watch as it propels you to places you never thought possible. Pain is the beginning of something greater than you can imagine, a purpose-driven life. So as you move forward, remember this pain is not your enemy. It's the fuel that can ignite a purpose-driven mission that transcends your own struggles. It has the power to shape you, refine you, and force you to become the person you were always meant to be. When you embrace pain with courage and conviction, it no longer controls you, you control it. Use it to rise above, to serve, to lead, and to inspire. Take your experiences, your lessons, and your strength, and turn them into something that benefits not just you, but the world around you. Your pain is not wasted, it is your greatest asset, the key to unlocking a life filled with purpose and meaning. So in 2025, step into your mission with confidence, knowing that every challenge, every painful moment is simply an opportunity to create something greater than yourself.